Whereabouts are you folks from?
We live in Lafayette. Just came down for today and tomorrow. Oh, I don't think either of us had ever been to Madison before, so.
No.
There's a lot of history here in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a nice place. I'd like to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 360 camera. The audio is really terrible, so don't worry about it. No audio on YouTube. It's just going to be like background music. It's a little hobby I got. And I put the photos on Google. Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Nice.
I love that car.
We started in 1809 by a revolutionary war veteran. His name was John Hall.
Okay.
And he fought under George Rogers Clark.
Okay.
In 1805, William Henry Harrison made a treaty with the Indians called the Grassland Treaty. And it started down here on the southwest side of the state and come up, hit the old Greenville Treaty line over there around Brookville.
Okay.
John Paul's son-in-law was William Hendricks. He was the third governor of the state of Indiana, and he was also the United States Senator. And I'll tell you a little bit more about them as we go on.
Okay.
While these homes that we're going by were built in the early 1800s.
Wow. That's amazing how all the homes are in such good shape for as old as they are.
And some of them even have the date on them, like the
Wow.
one built 1895.
Yeah.
Also, Madison has a lot of magnolia trees. You know what I'm talking about, the southern type magnolia?
Yeah, I used to have one at
And
the
they're
house.
blooming right now, starting to bloom.
I
Wow.
love magnolia
Cool.
trees.
And they're all over town. Try to keep your eye open for them.
When I had died, unfortunately, it was getting pretty bad.
Yeah.
I had to take it.
It's kind of hard for them to live once it goes north of here.
Sure.
The winters peaceful here.
Oh wow. Look at the house.
Beautiful. Oh my god. Yeah, we tried to get like a hotel or something around here, but you couldn't find one. They're all.
Well, I waited too long to make a reservation.
He waited too long, but.
I forgot it was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. But we're kind of like not the planners
Yeah.
type, so. What did you see, a cat? Is there a kitty cat or
These
no?
three homes down here on the corner, they're catalog homes. There's three more around the corner.
Oh,
There are
okay.
6 of them.
The Sears?
Well, they really predate the Sears and Roebuck houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man that sold them was before Sears started selling, but he's from Chicago, and I'm kind of guessing he might have gave the idea to Sears.
Sure.
The Schofield house was built around 1816. It's the oldest two-story building in Madison. It was a tavern and an inn, the post office, the store. James Lanier out here at the mansion, his parents run it. Have you been through the mansion?
No, we haven't.
But the Masons started meeting here, and they started the Grand Lodge of Indiana.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And they own the building now and give tours through it.
Cool.
The Hyde House was built in 1818, and the Sullivan House over here on my right was built in 1818. Jeremiah Sullivan, he was kind of a politician and a judge and a lawyer. He comes down the river from Virginia. He helped start Hanover College out here on the hill.
Oh, okay.
He was in the Indiana legislature when they moved the capital from Ford to Indianapolis. He helped name the city of Indianapolis.
Nice.
You'll notice a lot of wrought iron fences here in town. There's several foundries started up building them, but really what put them in business good was the packing companies.
Oh, yeah?
They said at one time that Madison was second behind Cincinnati on processing pork.
Wow.
People started putting the fences up because the farmers would come into town and drive their livestock right down to the packing company. They drive them right down the street. Put those fences up, keep cattle and sheep and
Saves
hogs
it
out
from
of the
tearing
yard.
their yards
Yeah.
up.
A lot of the
Wow.
fences that built here in Madison were shipped down to New Orleans.
Huh. Cool.
A lot of historical fencing.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to cross Broadway. We're on 2nd Street right now. And you know 2nd Street's it's a nice wide street for a side street.
Mm-hmm.
John Paul, Hendricks, Lanier, and Sullivan, when the town started growing, they got together and they got to talking and said, hey, they knew statehood was coming. It came in the fall year of 1816. They said, let's lay these streets out nice and wide for the town.
Yeah.
And they said, maybe we'll be the first capital.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't come here. It went down the river to Florida.
Uh-huh. Well, it was a good try.
It was a good try. But Madison was one of the biggest towns in Indiana for several years.
Huh.
There's a lot of duplexes here in town, and they might not agree on their half of the house, what the color of paint.
Yeah.
Just divide it right down the middle.
But everybody gets along good. That's
Yeah.
the main thing.
That's good.
The Adobe House on the right, it was a tavern and during the early 1800s. Was back then, like I said, a tavern was like a hotel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
President Zachary Taylor had supper there one evening on his way down to Louisville.
Huh.
William Henry Harrison was supposed to spend the night there before he became president.
Yeah.
You say you haven't been through the mansion here, huh?
Nope. We actually just got into town.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe about 3 o'clock. So.
The
More like
mansion
4
right
o'clock.
now belongs to the state of Indiana, the DNR now.
Okay.
They give tours to it. They'll be open tomorrow.
You said they're open tomorrow?
Yeah, they'll be open tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay.
we should do what?
Afternoon, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
James Lanier was a banker. He loaned the governor's state of Indiana during the Civil War. He loaned him 2 big loans that totaled up to over $1 million.
Huh.
And he was paid back with interest. Before that, when Indiana became a state, I gotta get a drink of water. Indiana built a lot of canals, and they about went bankrupt over that. He went over to Europe, drummed up some money, took out and bailed the state out for that.
Oh, wow.
Can you see this railing up here on top of the hill here? I mean, on this house?
Yeah.
There's one down here on this. You know what that's called?
Is it a widow's walk?
That's Widow's Walk. That's something that's popular along with New England fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, girl. Oh. Now the car show, I can't get you down there around the front of it.
Yeah.
Right now, down the car show. It's beautiful. Hi. The Madison Railroad was built in the early 1840s.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, Indianapolis was the capital of the state, and at that time, the idea was to hook up the interior of the state with the river down here. The railroad never crossed the river; it just went from here to North Vernon to Indianapolis. You can see where the tracks were underneath the street here,
Oh, yeah.
and some places the tracks are still underneath there. They just paved over.
Huh.
This was the old depot here.
Oh, wow.
It's a museum now. When they dug the incline on the west side of town, it was the steepest incline in the United States
Huh.
at that time. And they had trouble getting the cars up the hill. They had to use livestock because the engines would slip on the rails.
Wow.
So what they did, a man from Clarksville, Indiana. His name was Reuben Wells. He developed a locomotive, and he figured out where to put the weight on the wheels to help get the traction on the track. And all he used his locomotive for was to move the train up and down the incline. That locomotive is in the Children's Museum in Indianapolis now.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But it was named after him, the man that built it. We're going to go across 2nd Street here, but if you could turn to the left and go down about 4 or 5 blocks, down off about 25 feet off the north side of the road, there's a house, a plaque there, and that belonged to Irene Dunn.
Okay.
She was a movie actress from Madison. She played in a lot of the early 1930s and 40s films.
Okay.
If you go up there to the stoplight, turn to the right, and head back up towards the Christian church up there on the left, there's a little store up there called the Golden Fox. And right next to that building, there's a house built right there. The walls on it looks like they use the same wall. I don't know if they do. But it's 610 West Main. That home belonged to Emily Todd Helm. She was the half-sister to Mary Todd Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
When the Civil War broke out, Lincoln, he offered her husband, he said, he always, he offered her husband, he said, I'll make you paymaster in the Indian Army.
Yeah.
Well, he declined, he went with the Confederacy. A lot of Mary Todd's family fought with the Confederacy.
Really?
That's why she wasn't very well liked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
But after he was killed down here south of Chattanooga, Chickamauga River battle, I want to say. Him and Emily had a daughter, and she moved up here to Madison. She lived here 16 years. She played the organ for the Episcopal Church in town. She taught piano lessons.
Wow.
And then she ended up moving. When she moved to Louisville, lived the rest of her life out down there. That back part of that building right there was a stagecoach stop.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
Where the balcony is. Get up, girl. Get up. Stop. They made 3 movies here in Madison. They made a propaganda film during World War II called The Town. And I think you can find that on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
In the 1950s, they made the movie Some Come Running, had Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, and Sherman Plain.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I haven't seen it.
And then around 2000, they made the movie Madison, and that was about the 1971 boat race down here.
Okay.
The house down here was used for the last movie. And they still have the Madison Regatta. They have it every year around the 4th of July.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's what that movie is more or less about.
Look, there's another one that's painted right down the middle, different colors.
Wow. I don't know, he looks kind of character-wise,
Yeah, cute.
like that, kind of like have. Oh, wow.
Parking on the left
That looks
was
interesting.
Pioneer Cemetery. And then in 1928, the Daughters of the American Revolution came in. They made a parking in honor of John Paul, the founder of town. They moved all the graves they could down to the new cemetery, the Greendale Cemetery down there across behind that tree line, down behind that baseball stadium.
Okay.
John Paul and Hendrix, they were moved up on top of the hill up on the Fairmount Cemetery up there on the old Michigan, off the old Michigan Road.
Okay.
A lot of them guys was lucky to have a headstone or even a box back then.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have that. There's a lot of them out here, either out in the park or underneath the street yet.
Sure.
But they wrote to the original 13 colonies, and they asked them. They said, "Would you send us a tree to plant in this park?" And they did, from their state. And they planted them in a circle like the original 13-star flag. There's only 4 of these trees left. And I can't tell you, I'm afraid to tell you which one of the 4. I don't know, and I don't even know who knows who asked.
Yeah.
But I do know, here about 12 years ago, we had a hurricane come up from Texas called Ike. And we generally get the wind, we got the rain, or generally get the rain, we got the wind that time. It blew that, where that stump is, it blew that tree down. That tree comes from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Wow, that was a big one. I can tell just from the stump.
A lot of history in this town.
Yeah.
The First Baptist Church over here on the right started in 1807, 2 years before the town started.
Yeah.
But the original church, someone told me that they thought it was up on the hill. It was a log church, which kind of makes sense. This little house coming up here on the left belonged to Francis Thompson. And he was the builder of the Lanier Mansion that I showed you.
Okay.
That lot is only like 22 feet wide. To save room, that front door is just a pocket door. It does not open.
Oh, really?
He built this duplex right next to it, and he also he built a house on the corner.
Huh.
When they were digging the right of way for the railroad, they took a lot of the rock out of the incline out there on the west side of town. They went out here on the east side of 3rd Street and built a church out here called the Archdeacon.
Okay. Like there's a lot of gas lamps still in use on a lot of the houses.
Jesse Bright House. It's a private home, but right now he was a United States Senator right before the Civil War, and he was Lieutenant Governor of the state of Indiana before that. His home on the corner, John Hall's widow moved into it after he died, Sarah.
Okay.
In later years, there a school teacher lived there. His name was Eccleston. He wrote a book called The Hoosier Schoolmaster about the one-room school.
I've read that book. It's funny that you mentioned that. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I read it, and because it was written in early Hoosier dialect, it's sort of hard to follow at certain points.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I got through it, and it was actually a really good story.
I I love reading them old stories.
Yeah.
Like about George Arthur Clark and William Clark and them and their adventures, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of their letters are, like you say, they're written in that old English.
Yep.
They're hard. It's kind of hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap your brain around it.
Wrap your brain around exactly what is he saying here?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy Trinity Methodist Church started in 1870. The fountain over here on my left was displayed in Philadelphia in 1876.
Oh, really?
Around 1886, the Oddfellows bought it and they gave it to the city of Madison.
Okay.
These fountains were built up. There's 4 of these fountains in the world today. These built up in upstate New York. There's one up there yet. There's one down Savannah, Georgia, and the other's down South America.
Wow.
The fountain was originally cast in iron, and the city had it recast in bronze for the 1976 fight. I guess the car shows break something out.
Do they do that classic car show every weekend, or is that a once a year kind of thing?
Yeah, they have car shows down there on the river about 2 or 3 times a year.
Okay.
In the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and there is it's more or less once a year thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The building here on the right, the old house, they've been working on it for years. I don't know if they ever really get it done.
Yeah.
Hidden behind that, right after the Civil War, there was a girl on the west side of town who wanted to be a doctor. The only college at that time to take women was Philadelphia. She went up there and she studied medicine. She met a girl from New York State. Her name was E.L. Kaufman. She talked her coming back to Madison. They started practicing in that house. And they had another lady join them. And then one of them left here and went to Bedford. I'm not sure if Bedford, Indiana, or Bedford, Kentucky.
Okay.
But, 3 women in that period of time was really, really rare.
Sure.
To be doctors, wow.
One would have been rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert's Chapel, this was started in 1844. It's a Methodist church. It's a CPA building now.
Okay.
This building here on the left is a museum. This was a horse and buggy doctor, and he practiced up about 1904 or 5.
Okay.
When he died, his family kept all the surgical equipment. He started a hospital in that building. They kept all the surgical equipment, the table they operated on, and everything's in there yet today. And I think his granddaughter got it back in the 1960s and gave it to Historical Madison.
Wow.
Get up,
Nice.
girl, get up.
Nice of her.
Yeah.
It's historical.
The number 2 bar company here in Madison was organized in 1846. The bar house was built in 48. This is the oldest volunteer bar house in the state of Indiana. It's still in use today. And the Dolan House was built around 1895.
Okay.
It's always been a private home and everything. Beautiful home, the way it was designed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's interested in that turret part.
Uh-huh.
When they built that house, they put a ship's mast in in the center of that, and wrap the spiral staircase around, goes all the way up the attic.
It's a really beautiful
Wow,
house.
look at that.
The building across the street there was the second across the street. So it's public auditorium. If you turn to the left here, go to the hill, go to the end of the road there, and turn back to the left, start up the hill. That's the beginning of the Michigan Road.
Okay.
That's the first road that's built north and south across the state of Indiana. Went from here to Indianapolis, Michigan City.
Yeah.
Freeway Falls 421.
Yep, it's the same.
Yeah.
Same. It's funny because I never really thought of it going down this far, but
Yeah,
that's
you're
a long road.
That goes up
Yeah, it
all the way
started here
to
in Madison.
Michigan
They
City.
finished it up there at Michigan City.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had a lot of winding, a lot of
Yeah.
Curves and
curves on
switchbacks.
that.
Right.
I was like, wow. I was driving down that.
This little building here started out as a Methodist church.
Huh.
I don't know what happened to Methodists, where they dissolved or what. But in the 1830s, they started having a Jewish settlement here in town. They bought the building. They used it for a synagogue clear up into the 1900s.
Okay.
A lady bought it. After that, she made a home out of it for a short period of time. She didn't need all that room. She figured, well, I'll just open them doors up and I'll park my car in there. She must not have been the best of backers, because she went and bought her a turntable where she could pull the car in, flip the switch, turn the car around, drive back out. But turntable behind them doors just today.
Wow.
You know.
Turntable for a car. I've never seen one of those. Something you hear about in Japan.
Yeah.
This is Christ Episcopal Church.
Okay.
And this is where Emily Todd played organ.
Huh.
Lincoln always called her his little sister.
Yeah.
Back to my spot. Good for her.
She's doing a good job.
Yeah, she is. She's doing a good job.
Yeah.
2 years later, they formed a county, and he said, when you name the county, would you name it after President Jefferson? Cool. The Shipley's Tavern was started in 1867, and on the back side of the building here, a girl from Hanover College painted this historical mural of the county and the town.
Wow, that's a big mural. That's nice.
That is beautiful.
The Madison Courier was started in 1837. It's the second oldest newspaper in the state of Indiana.
Oh, and they're still in operation? Wow.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Okay.
And this here used to be the old brewery company.
Okay.
Some of the houses on top of
That's
it.
Fan and Pam. And that's Kristen's teammate. She knows who's it.
Yeah.
That's her pastor mate too.
Oh.
You can talk to her later on.
We should go by the riverfront walk tomorrow instead of the park.
You want? Yeah.
Yeah. We should go walk by the riverfront.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they have a super fast car shows.
Yeah,
there.
that's what you're talking about.
If you wanna-
Cars.
Go check that out.
These houses here on my left coming up are called Shotgun House.
They're called what? What kind of house?
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Oh, shotgun. Okay.
The hallway goes all the way down to the left side of the house. All your rooms are off to the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can see the gun down through there, I guess. The front door to the back. These
Yeah.
have horses on them now. This home coming up here on the left was built by Toscan. Actually finished the mansion for Lanier. We started on this house in 1845. He built it for a man by the name of Shrewberry. He was a Liverpool pilot. He put 16 fireplaces in this house.
Wow.
There's 7 chimneys to take care of it. That front door is 12 feet high. The ceilings on the first floor and the second floor are 16 foot high.
Wow, that's wild.
There's a spiral staircase in there, and for years they thought it was freestanding. Get up there. They thought it was freestanding, and but it wasn't. They renovated the building here about a year or two ago, and they found out he did anchor a couple bolts in the wall.
Okay.
But you can. That's one of the. That's one of the museums now.
Yeah.
You got to get a special tour guide to get you in there.
Okay.
This is the old high school here on the left, and in 1950, Madison State basketball team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When was? Do you know when that was built?
No, I'm not for sure.
Okay, like. Okay.
Not for sure.
It's good that they still have it standing.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, they're
it's
not tear.
converted into apartments.
Yeah.
It's apartment house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice that they preserved that.
The worst flood on the Ohio River was the 1937 flood. And the water got all the way up to the First Street. So we're crossing right here. A lot of people burnt coal back then. It hit like in late January, early February. All the coal comes down the river from West Virginia, eastern Kentucky. They couldn't tie off the piers because all the piers are into water.
Yeah.
So during the flood, they just shoved the barges up here to where the water quits, where we cross, and unload their coal for the people here in town. It's okay. street opens up now, but they don't. You have to turn around, make a U and go back.
Okay.
But I was wanting to show you the front gardens down here on the Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what those windows are?
I mean, it's probably just light for the attic.
Yeah.
They're so narrow, it's unusual. Yeah. They're rosy.
The First Presbyterian Church over on the right here was started in 1850.
That's how they preserve all the history there.
Yeah.
Work here at Middle High School. It's been nice to see it preserved.
Yeah.
Voices for children.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, the
Casa.
Oh yeah, you did that once. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. Look.
Yeah.
Windows, the colors, the windows.
Refurbishing.
Yeah.
The livery stable over here is the reception hall now, but it was originally a livery stable.
Okay.
And where the windows are is where the doors used to be.
Gotcha.
Got it.
The Broadway livery over here, it was a livery stable now, and it's a apartment house. And the Broadway Hotel, Tavern, the oldest hotel